The real question that I've kind of been navigating through is how do we make sure that the culture that we want is actually being brought forth in the business?
Carl J. Cox here at $4 Million Strategies. This is the best 4 minute in business. So I'm glad you're here. Today we're here with Dave Ashworth. He is the founder of the Quantifi Group. Dave, your topic today is strategic culture. How do we create a strategic culture to help increase the value of your business?
Yeah, this is something that it has taken a long time, I think, for me to figure out. I'm still learning it, but culture is so important in business. I think everyone would agree with that. The real question that I've kind of been navigating through is how do we make sure that the culture that we want is actually being brought forth in the business? What I found is you know making sure that your processes and procedures that you're putting in place for the business are looked at through the lens of culture. Those are the things that are actually being done in your business. If they're not enhancing or matching up with the culture that you want to build, they're essentially taking away from it. And so as we built our business and we have an idea of culture, you know, talking about it doesn't really do much. You could say it all you want. You have to actually do things to go with it. But as we started to really look at processes and the way that we do things in our business, looking at them through the lens of, okay, here's the culture that we want to create in our business. And then how do we design this process so it matches that culture, whether that's internally or with clients or messaging out to the public? I think all of those things need to be looked at. But it's that implementation and execution piece that I feel like you need to look at through the lens of culture if you really want to have a culture in your business that you're looking for.
So Dave, give us like a specific example. Like what's one thing that you ended up changing process procedures, the way how you do things to help make sure is matching the way how you do culture today?
Like one big thing in our business is how we gather information from clients. And I think in the past, it was just kind of letting clients, yeah, you want to send it this way, fine. You want to send it this way, fine. But then that in turn slows us down. It gets us more frustrated. The clients aren't getting the information that they need, so that they're getting frustrated. And, you know, we really want to have a culture of being positive and creating positivity internally, which then I believe if we're happy with what we're doing, it flows through to the clients, it flows through to the public. And so that was one thing that we've had to kind of, you know, hold our stance of, listen, like we need to get certain access to certain things in a certain way, or else we just unfortunately can't work together. Because if we know that the path that will lead us down, it will lead us down to us being unhappy, you being unhappy, which in turn will bring down our culture and cause problems, which, you know, are endless from there.
I love that specific example that you have there, right? It does come down to core actions. Okay, so this isn't exactly what we're talking about here, but you were talking about these procedural parts. So you got everybody. How did you get everybody to do the standard? Like, how did you make that change where it's like it's not okay to get it from email anymore? It's not okay, right? Because those are little things that sometimes the difference between what it really means to have that great culture there.
100%. Those little things are everything, in my opinion. The big things are usually the ones that are easy to actually take care of. It's like, hey, here's a huge change. Everybody's on board, right? It's those little things that become really challenging. What I found is we created a document for us called the Quantify Way of how we do things. And so we found as we're doing things and someone on our team is not doing something that matches up, hey, this doesn't match up the Quantify Way, can you fix this? So we're kind of just pushing them back to this thing that we've created in a very subtle way, and not like really calling people out, but not like fixing it for them either, having them go back and figure out why it doesn't match and then fix it. That's what we found works pretty well.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for providing that specific example because I think it's if you really want to, once again, walk your talk, you have to do the little things as well as the big things. And that's often the difference between a great culture and not a great culture. So, Dave, thank you so much for talking about strategic culture here on $4 Million Strategies.